It's See Me Kane show, and the story of the day gonna be, why did we have to stop making the See Me Kane? And early adopter, I'm interviewing a lady from Canada. Oh, Canada. And lastly, light up the blind moment, I got a DeafBlind chef. So come along with me on this journey and let's live beyond our challenges. It's said 1 of every 3 visually impaired individuals will be hit by a car. I've been hit by a car 3 times. My name is Kelvin, the inventor of the See Me Cane, the first fully lighted white cane for those visually impaired to help them from being hit by a car. Join me to help me live and 253 million visually impaired people beyond this challenge. See Me Kane's story of the day is, why did I decide we're going to put See Me Kane on pause? Invented, developed, and manufactured by visually impaired individuals, it's time for See Me Kane's story of the day. Once upon a time, some people decided they needed to test the See Me Cane and see if the See Me Cane would actually survive a drop test. Yep, we drop tested the See Me Cane version 3, which is what was currently on the market. And I had already done my version of drop test, but we were getting ready to scale the See Me Cane to the next level, meaning that we were going to have blind individuals manufacturing the See Me Canes. So when we did the drop test, not on just one See Me Cane, not just 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, not 6, not 7, not 8, it was 10 See Me Canes. All 10 of them failed in the handle, which is a big problem. Let's look at some of the things that happened in this test. The battery chip that was inside the battery disconnected from the cells. Some of the vibration motors were stopped working, and all of the handles at least had a crack in it. And we had one on and off switch go bad. But the integrity of the tube, which is the most important part of the See Me Cane, had 100% success rate, meaning that my secret sauce is still working wonderfully. But we have to improve on our handle to really take forward the See Me Cane to the next level. Well, you're probably asking, then what are you doing about it? Well, thankfully, I've already been working on version 4 of the See Me Cane since earlier this year. And we're really close to getting the chip ready to be finalized and start testing. Once that gets going, then we'll start working on the handle and the quality of the handle. Once that gets done, then we'll make the mold. We'll start doing some heavy duty drop testing. Can it withstand 30 drops and survive? This is where the team and I decided it would be better off for us to take a couple months off from producing See Me Canes to make sure that we get the best See Me Cane available that we can make. That's why we're pausing on the See Me Cane. I wish it was a more fun story, but you have to stay tuned to next week on how we're making major progress. Well, let's interview Joy from Canada, because she currently has a version 1 See Me Cane. You ready for early adopters journey? Let's do this. Come on the journey for the early adopter journey to see how people are using their See Me Canes. It's early adopter journey, and I tell you, I got a cool guest for you. She's from Canada, Oh, Canada. No, I'll save your ears. and but yeah, so go. This lady, she was one of the first people to get a semi cane, and I tell you, it's quite interesting to hear what her story is all about behind the semi cane. Well, let me not hold her back from you guys anymore. Joy, welcome to the early adopted journey on the Semi Kane show.
Hi, Kelvin. It's great to be here. Great to finally see you.
So, what part of Canada are you from?
I'm on Vancouver Island.
Have you always grown up in Canada?
No, I was raised in the Northwest Territories in Yellowknife, and I came to the island in my mid 20s.
So, Joy, tell me a little bit about your vision loss and how you became legally blind.
I've got both macular degeneration and glaucoma in both my eyes.
How did you learn about the Semi Cane? Because honestly, the Semi Cane's only been out for about a year, and you finding out the Semi Cane, how did you learn about it, and how did you come to thinking that you're gonna order it?
Well, I originally saw it advertised or promoted on Sam the Blind Light, and I kept watching it. And I walk a lot, so I thought with my sight going, that would be amazing to use to be seen better. And I think took me 6 months to finally get it where I ordered it.
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest issues that we had with the Semi Cane and being able to really get it to market at a fast rate. That's kind of why we did the pre-order because we didn't really know how long to make the Semi Canes and how easy it was going to be. It ended up taking like 3 hours to make one Semi Cane, so it was not quite the most conducive way that we originally launched the Semi Cane. But we wanted to see if there's really a market for it, and we sold 125. So I'm excited to kind of see how the thing rolls. So when you got the Steaming Cane, did it meet your expectations? What did you think about it? Like, what was your thoughts on the idea of the Steaming Cane?
I felt like Darth Vader with this lighted stick, right?
Yeah, I mean, truly is it's kind of like a lifesaver. But if you use it like a lifesaver, you avoid the warranty of the Steaming Cane. So don't be doing any sword fighting with it.
I was really excited, and it was like I was showing everybody, look at this, look at this. People were like, what is that, right? Like, it's not registered here in Canada, but people were just like, what is that? Where did you get it?
So you're being pretty cool with the Steaming Cane, and I tell you, it's exciting to see that you're really excited about the Steaming Cane. So I got a question for you: Is Joy, how are you using the Steaming Cane as a normal blind cane, or how are you using the Steaming Cane right now?
I'm using it as a blind cane. I showed it to people with um, the Canadian National Institute of the Blind, and they're gonna talk to you to try and get it registered here. But I think registered or recognized anyway.
Yeah, we'll probably have to work on getting it kind of registered in Canada. Probably once the version 4 Steaming Cane comes out. I want to ask you this next question, Joy. What is your thoughts on the Semi Cane? Do you think it's too heavy? Is it not too heavy? What are your thoughts?
No, it's just the right um weight. Like, it's not too heavy, it's not too light, it's just in between. And I think what I find with my canes is you've got to find the cane's voice. And once you find that voice, you and the cane are one. And I, I'm really excited when I use it because it's just so cool.
I find this to be really interesting that Joy, you find that the CME cane is not that big of a deal on the weight side. And yes, I do completely agree with you. You kind of have to find that sweet spot with your cane, whether it's a CME cane, a regular white cane that you use for Ambitech or NFB or what other blind cane that you can get. And I tell you, this is one of the battles that we're gonna have to face. Is can we really take away weight and keep the integrity of the CME cane? So that's something that we're gonna have to work through. So Joy, kind of talk to me about your CME cane. Rumor has it that you given your CME cane a name.
So I've named my cane Alien. I've given it a name because it's come across the border, right? And yeah, it's not known in Canada. It is now though, because I'm just showing it to everybody.
One of the challenging things that we had with your cane was being able to get it across the border. And I tell you, it was quite annoying.
No, it was really frustrating.
I know when you got your CME cane, getting it across the border, they were just being a pain in the rear end. And we got it worked. I know you had to pay some extra for that. And I'm really hoping that we can figure that out and kind of really solve this problem. Well, Joy, kind of tell us, how is your CME cane holding up after you've had it for about a year now? I mean, is it still working? How is it holding up for you?
My cane is holding up fairly good. The only issues I have is um, once my tip wears down, is there a replacement for it? So I tend to be a little cautious of how often I use it right now.
Yeah, after I get done here, I'll send you the link to the Ambitech link as well. Also, in the description down below, everybody, you can also hit the link and it will take you directly to the Ambitech threaded tips, the 18 millimeter threaded tips. So, Joy, can you kind of talk to me a little bit about how has the CME cane been providing you confidence in your navigation when you're using it? Because I've talked to several people and they're saying this really has been a confident booster in their navigation abilities as visually impaired individuals. So, can you kind of tell us a little bit about that?
When I have it in my hand at night, I don't get afraid like I used to in really dark places because I can see a bit now and I can feel the ground. And with cars, I know I'm being seen.
So, how often are you using your CME cane right now? Are you using it like once a week or once a month? How are you? How often are you using your CME cane, Joy?
I'm usually when I first got it, I was so excited. I was using it all the time. But like I said to you, I was afraid of wearing the marshmallow tip down. So I've been a little selective lately with when I use it. I would say at least 2 or 3 times a week.
So, Joy, kind of talk to me about how are you using the CME cane light? Because for me, I use the CME cane and I only turn on the light when I need to be seen. And I've been finding that other people use it just continuous light. And so I'm curious, how do you use your CME cane? When do you have it lit up all the time or sometimes?
What I find with the cane is I don't walk with the light on. I find sometimes that it'll just flicker on itself when I go over a bump or something. Um, I turn it on when I'm in a really dark spot that I don't feel safe in. And the other time I turn it on is when I'm crossing a street and I kind of flick it so people can see.
Lightning round. Here we go. So, Joy, we're going to do a scale from 1 to 5. And 5 being absolutely amazing and 1 being complete garbage. So, Joy, did the CME, when you got the CME cane and are using the CME cane, did it meet your expectations?
I would say a 9 that it met all my needs.
Okay, we're going to take that as a 4. So, Joy, from 1 to 5, how has the See Me cane improved your confidence in traveling more independently and safely?
I would say at night a 4.
And then lastly, is the weight of the See Me cane too heavy or too light? Or what would you rate the See Me cane weight between 1 to 5?
I would say a 4.
Perfect. Well, Joy, it's been a pleasure having you on the See Me Cane show. Here comes your light up the blind moment. Light up the blind moment. Coming right up. It's time for Light Up the Blind moment, and I tell you, I'm super excited to have today's guest today. Because I'm telling you, this man, he knows how to cook. And so, George Stern, welcome to Light Up the Blind moment.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here. I can't see any light, but
That's legit. You got sound shell eyeballs as your eyeballs. And tell us a little bit what caused your vision loss.
I had, when I was 2.5 years old, living in Jamaica, chasing goats, chasing turtles, eating sugar cane, I had cancer of the retina. It's specifically called retinoblastoma. And it tends to mostly impact kids from the ages of 0 to 5. And it's usually fatal. So I am very fortunate and blessed to be here at the ripe old age of blank blank.
So, I mean, your rightful age in your 30s. Let's just put it that way. You're younger than I am. And so, George, you're not only just blind, completely blind, but you're also hard of hearing, correct?
What? What you said? I can't hear you. But yes, you're right. That's exactly right. I'm deafblind. And actually that's how we met, right? Like through that connection of being deafblind and at the time interested in policy, community service leadership. So yeah.
Yeah, we made a lot of damage and did a lot of change for a lot of people with deaf blindness. I mean, you and I have done a lot of good work together. But that's not what today's topic is about for you. And for Light of the Blind moment, here we spotlight somebody with a visual impairment or deaf blindness on one of the really cool things they do. And then I got to tell you about George Stern. I tell you, this guy is a mean cook. I mean, a cook that if you want something that has flavor, something that's gonna have a party in your mouth, this is the guy you want cooking for you. So, George, kind of, how long have you been cooking?
Well, I mean, my parents let me into the kitchen pretty early. Of course, early on it was as a taster. Come taste this fish and come taste this drink. Um, and so from there, it naturally progressed to, okay, this is how you achieve this taste and this is how you achieve this texture. And so the funny thing for me was my parents both got to working outside of the house because my dad was a trucker and my mom was a nurse and often either nursing or in nursing school getting her further certification. And so that meant a lot of times I had to cook for the family. And so that that really developed my skills. When you have to go into the pantry and decide what's for dinner tonight.
I mean, isn't it sometimes a mystery? Like you're playing Marco Polo in the pantry?
You know, not really, because and it depends on how I organize my pantry, right? I try to be fairly organized. I do a lot of you remember when we did the whole wallet thing? You were like,
Yep.
that's not how you organize your wallet. Because I didn't fold my money. And I was like, Kelvin, I'm not organizing it for you. I'm organizing it for me.
Yeah.
And so, right, I did it spatially. I put different bills in different places. Because I know that they're blind robbers running around and they're looking to fold money, right? They're looking for the $100 bill that's folded. And I'm like, I'm not folding nothing. So I do my pantry the same way, where I put specific items in specific places and locations. And now, of course, with Microsoft seeing AI, I have the supplementary thing of the label. I could do the braille labels, and sometimes I do, but sometimes I'm just lazy and I'm like, I'm going to use Seeing AI and read what, if it's canned coconut milk or kidney beans.
So as you have developed these skills and working around the kitchen, you've really developed a love for cooking. Kind of tell us, like, what really drove you into that? I'm not just providing for my family. I'm now providing people an experience with good flavors and good cooking from a whole different perspective.
Mm. What drove me into it was just this feeling and the sense I had that cooking is a truly multi-sensory art form. Like you talk about today in education, there's a big buzzword of, multiple points of engagement and uh, multiple means of access. And cooking just provides that naturally. I know a lot of people kind of focus on the visual aspect of it, right, with their Instagram perfect plates and whatnot, and that's nice. And in addition, cooking has the texture, cooking has the taste, cooking has the smell, cooking has the sound, cooking has basically every sense you can think of and every combination of senses you can think of. And so that's really an art form. I'm also a musician and, I've had different struggles around music as I've lost more and more of my hearing. But cooking still have that visceral connection with and really feel like I can engage with it on multiple fronts. And so I felt more control over designing a culinary experience. Not necessarily more control. I felt more freedom, more opportunity to do so. And that's what I've been doing by hosting these dinner parties and get-togethers. And it's been fun.
So, kind of tell me a little bit more about the get-togethers and dinner parties that you do, like you cater and so forth. Kind of tell us, like, what is involved in it. Like, do you have a kind of the set menus that you kind of offer people? Say, hey, I will make this for you, or do you kind of tailor it to the party that you're going to be serving?
So this is a good question because I just hosted one this past Sunday. I had 9 people scheduled, but 2 had to cancel because they realized, oops, it was Father's Day, and we forgot. Um, so I ended up having 7 people come over, and the menu was basically set by the budget. In this case, it was a budget of I had a budget of $200, but we ended up only spending like $130 because we're good at looking at sales and stuff. We want to save money where we can while getting quality ingredients because that's a big thing for me. quality ingredients equals good experience equals good health. And so this menu was set by my friend, who basically said, I want fish. All right, we'll do fish. And so I limited myself to, I was supposed to do 4 things: fish, corn muffins, Japanese potato salad, and blueberry cobbler. I ended up doing 6 things. I made homemade lemonade and chicken on the side, because I was like, somebody might not want fish, so let me just do something extra. And it was a hit. Like, my favorite thing about it was, yes, the food was great, and the company was even better. That's what really gets me going about dinner parties and stuff, is in these days of disconnection and isolation, having people sit around the table and talk and laugh and enjoy themselves is just, I live for that.
So if people want to hire you out for dinner parties and allow them to kind of make a custom menu with you, where can they reach out to you and kind of get involved in having you be their chef for their dinner party or their catering event or something like that?
Well, they can reach me at my email. It's G as in golf, A as in apple, my last name, STERN, the number 749 at gmail.com. That's GHStern749 at gmail.com. And I will be hosting another event. It's going to be French themed for July 14th. If any of you Francophile people know, it's Bastille Day in France. And so it's probably going to be some roast chicken and some stuff. So come to Lubbock.
So if you're in Lubbock, you definitely can check it out there. But if you want to fly him out, all the information will be in the description down below. And definitely reach out to him and have him come out and do your dinner party or do your catering that you might want. Having a deaf blind experience of food in a whole different way. I tell you, it's not bad. I mean, it's pretty good food that he makes. So, and he knows what he's doing. I'm just being straight with you guys. So check it out. Reach out to him. And here comes your CMK News. It's time for CMK News. CMK News. And the first thing we got on CMK News is I need you to hit that subscribe button. Because if we hit 1,000 subscribers, that's the first mark we need to hit. Then we need to watch 4,000 hours of videos on the CMK channel. So I've already made 30 videos for you. So if you want to watch those and comment on them, interact with them, definitely going to watch those. It's all here. And by getting that 4,000 watch hours that we need, we make it possible so that way this channel starts monetizing and all the proceeds go to Living Beyond the Label Foundation, which is running the CMK giveaway program. Our first goal is to raise enough money so that we can build this program. And then second is to then give away CMK. The foundation is going to be working with me and we're going to be raising funds so that way the CMK program can get funding and we can give away CMK to those that qualify. Obviously there's going to be a pretty substantial application process to get one of these canes because there are a lot of government agencies and a lot of other programs out there that you can get CMKs through. That way you can get your CMKs through them, but if you cannot qualify for any of those services, this program is available for you. So that way we can make sure that every person that has a visual impairment can have access to a CMK. That's the last thing we want is not people not having the funds to be able to have access to a CMK. So the third thing on the agenda is light up the blind moment. And I want you, if you're a visually impaired individual, to come onto my show if you're doing something pretty cool. If you want to highlight an art that you do or a craft that you do or a skill that you have, a service that you provide, a job that you are currently doing that's pretty cool, or an event you're putting on or sponsoring. I mean, we just heard from George, he's a chef, and so I want to highlight and spotlight visually impaired people here at C. McCain Show, so that way you, as an individual, can be given access to this channel and also be able to have the awareness to what you are doing that's really cool. And if you know me, if you've ever been following me for a long time, my platform isn't mine. My platform is for me to help those around me to be able to overcome their challenges. And here at C. McCain Show, that's what we're going to do. Not just helping me overcome the C. McCain challenges, but helping those visually impaired do the same as well through Light Up the Blind moment. Lastly, my last announcement is, if you can go to cmccain.com and go there and sign up on the email list, you can get all the episodes as they come out, maybe even a day early. So if you can help me out with that, go to cmccain.com and be able to do that. Like I do say for any of my shows, whether it's the DeafBlind Potter, whether it's my radio show or my Perseverance podcast, I always tell you to go live beyond your challenges, and I'll see you next week. Subscribe so we can make more C. McCain to give away to those who can't afford to see me.